Hello and welcome back to my channel. This time I'm going to have something fun. You know me for construction projects and all the stuff, some toys. And in this case, I'm pretty happy to introduce some of the new generation of the videos designed to spark a little bit of imagination in the kids and with technology. So we're using a tablet over here to work with the Angry Birds Transformers. What I'm doing over here is a wood puzzle using a scroll saw and some techniques that I'm going to guide you through, really simple. I'm using the symbol, the emblem of the Autobots that in this case had the modifications with the the Angry Birds design. So this is a venture of Hasbro with Rovio to make this happen. So there are plenty of applications for this, but we want to pull it out and make it something real. So what I'm doing over here, and you need to have a little bit of patience, but it's all possible obviously. You want to make sure that you start designing either with a board like this one that I have over here. You can start designing something that may look like what you're looking for. And just play with the designs, and try to make sure that it falls into what you're expecting, So this is pretty much, you start playing until you get the right design. How did I do mine? It's very simple. I like to, obviously because everything is symmetric on the application. What I did is that I did half of it. I cut out the sections with a scroll saw that I show you in a moment, and I flipped it, and then I made the other side. The result in this case, to not make it so long, is that I already have the pieces already cut over here, and I'm going to go through this other board over here. But I already have the pieces cut because I was flipping them. Like this case, if you notice, they're all cut. So I was flipping them and making the shape on the other side, kind of, just mimicking the other side, so it's nice and symmetric. As you can tell, it took a little bit of time to make sure that the wick was fine and everything. But we're going to make a sandwich of different pieces. So it's going to go like this. One second. So what's going to happen is that we're going to have a board that is going to have the shape of and I'm just going to make something, a little mimicking over here. It's going to have the shape of the Autobot, whatever, and just, making it up. Then also, it's going to be cut out, and I'm going to have another board on the bottom that is going to be solid. So I'm going to glue this one against the other one, and we're going to have the shape. So we're going to have the shape, we're going to have the little pieces, and we're going to have a base, so it stays together. That's how we're going to work with this. Definitely the scroll saw, which is the one that we have over here, is a really important tool to work with. This one, has a, you have different designs. In this case, this one, it has a little bit of light, a little blower over here to maintain the shape really well. So it's a really good thing to work with. Obviously, whenever you're working with power tools, make sure that you have a nice mask, something to protect your eyes with. Really, really crucial. So that's how we're going to continue. Well, now that I already went through the scroll saw and cutting all the stuff, you wanna start working on your pattern. So it would be for us, the older kids and adults like us, to just kind of figure out where everything goes. But for a kid, it's really hard. So what I'll suggest is that you start removing some of the pieces and start kind of just marking them around, making the contour of every piece, so you can help the kids to understand which piece goes where. And so, now this is the preliminary look, but it's going to have a little more of colors. Obviously, like in this case, I already have, once you have a pattern, you can repeat and repeat and repeat and make copies of it. But, you can make it clear as well, just plain clear. I'm going to make some color, I'm going to do some coloring, some effects and stuff like that to make it look more like the application that we saw. Well, okay, so now that you can see, I'm using the picture that I just kind of picked from the browser, and I'm trying to get as close as possible to the color of the Angry Birds into the piece that we have over here. For that, I'm using the regular home improvement store spray cans, the closer ones, and trying to play with a little board and just give that shadow, the closest thing that you can do with whatever you have. Later on, with the markers, I'm gonna make a nice pointy marker. I'm gonna make the lines and things like that that will help me to kind of finish it up. For now, I'm gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna work on the base that I have, where it's gonna go, that is inside. All right, and that's it. This is the final part of it. I mean, I did some details with the marker. Put a little bit of sealer on the board. But now, as you can tell, we can play with it, and we can create our own little symbol of the Autobots. So the Angry Birds Autobots. So besides that, you can play with the kits and stuff like that. You can actually pull them out a little bit from the application itself and the game itself to do something that is a little more interesting, that will challenge their mind and deal it with their hands. So thank you so much for watching. Last thing that we can do is probably put some stickers. There's like a sticker book. You can decorate your board with this, I mean, however you want, but that's pretty much it. So thank you again for being a subscriber. If you're not, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.